Hello again and welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. What did I forget?
Nothing.
Oh, you fucking look at me with this quizzical look. What are you doing?
No, I'm glad I threw you off.
Jesus Christ, you did. All right, you got Bob and Cory. Cory, how are you?
Oh, fantastic, sir. Glad to be here. Glad to be back in the studio. Otherwise known as your living room.
Yeah. Yep. I am doing just as well.
Oh, yes. How are you, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. All right. So if you're...
I'm used to throwing it over to Todd, which I didn't even do that.
I know. What a rocky start to this thing. If you're new to the show, thank you for joining. If you want to listen to any previous episodes, you can find us anywhere you get a podcast, including YouTube. Go give us a like and subscribe. You can also email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com with your existential questions or requests for relationship advice. Sending a text to Jack.
You can also
all good.
Email us about a past episode we did if you have a turkey neck in between your shaft and your ball sack.
Yeah.
We're interested. We want to know what the census is.
Sure. And the important thing is
it only Bob that has the turkey neck?
It's you are flaccid at the moment.
Oh, why didn't you you never mentioned that
did.
episode we talked
I did.
about.
I think
did
if you go back to the tape, I said, "Oh, you've got a fucking bone."
No.
And you're like, whoa, and it never went any further than that.
I don't know.
We'll go back.
We're gonna
go back to the tape. Yeah.
But no, of course, flash. That's what makes it weird.
That's what makes it.
Yeah, but that's what makes it weird. If you have that.
Yeah. If you have a bone, and you've got a little fucking turkey neck still, that's really fucking weird. You should probably have that looked at, or maybe some plastic surgery,
dude.
Some dick surgery,
dude. If I was,
I thought I was clear, but I guess I could have been clear.
Maybe I missed it. I don't know, but
sometimes we latch upon the thing that we regard to be like the most hilarious, unbelievable thing about what the other person said. Maybe that was it.
But if you were full on hammer status,
yeah,
rock hard,
yeah. There should be no skin to grab.
And you and you had that turkey neck there. The only thing I would do, which I would still do it now, even though I'm married, and I'm very sure Danielle would get tired and it would get old. But prior to being married and dating Danielle,
go on.
Anytime I would take that out, I would take that turkey neck and just put it right on her face and go, "Go!"
I would be inclined to say that if you're able to do that, you are actually grabbing your nuts. There should be nothing else there.
No, it's like you're grabbing the neck of the turkey. And then the little...
Of course, yeah.
What's that even called? I know there's a name for it.
There is. I'm sure Lori knows what it is. Not just because we're talking about the dick and the balls, but because she has she got a lot of turkey knowledge. She is a teacher.
Nice recovery there, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Nice recovery.
You're welcome.
What's the loose skin?
Did we explain how we got into this topic? In case, because in full disclosure, this is the second episode we've recorded tonight. So this is right now. Today is June 28th, 2025. We don't know when this is going to air.
It's a waddle.
A waddle?
Yeah. WATTL.
I guarantee you she knew that.
But hey, no, but here's how we do this too, because I see where you're going.
Yeah.
You have to go. If you want to know what we're talking about right now, and this is the first episode you've watched, and you want to know how we came back
to episode 336.
There we go.
The title for which we haven't figured out yet. But it's probably got something to do with Cologuard or shitting in a canister, if I had to take a guess.
Go back and watch that one.
Yeah.
And you'll
it's what some are describing as one of the best stories we've ever told, which is me shitting in a canister at the age of 55. Or the thing that got us kicked off of Apple Podcasts.
We got stuck on there stuck on that topic for quite some time.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming probably about how long it took you to shit.
No, that was remarkably fast. It was, I swear to God, because I can't believe we were launching back into this topic.
You're the one doing it.
Listen, so for a very quick background, we were talking about I had gotten...
No, they have to go back and watch the episode.
Okay.
Or listen to the episode.
No background?
No background.
Okay. So when I decided that it was time to do the Cologuard kit, part of it was because I'd had a shitty day, and I'm like, why not add this to the end of my shitty day?
Sorry, I had to.
No pun intended.
I had to do that.
But also, I knew I was going to have to shit, and so I don't know how you are, but when you get in your mind you have to shit, like there's a limited amount of time. Like your body's now like you're ready to shit.
Depending on the circumstance, and yes, what I ate prior. It can be.
It wasn't urgent, but I had to squeeze in, again, no pun intended, I had to squeeze in the rereading of the directions to make sure that, okay, now I'm actually doing this. Before I just read it kind of as okay, this isn't that bad. But now I'm actually like, you have to actually do steps 1 through 6. And so
I don't have time for that. I'm just going to poop in the shower, scoop it up, and put it in the
But again,
tube.
I did all of that before I sat down and actually did my business. So by the time I sat down, like I was fucking ready to go. And it was
ready to fire it off, huh?
Ka-Blam. And
Ka-Blam.
I don't Is that the name of the episode title?
I feel like you actually sat on the toilet, and when the first piece came out, you're like, Ka-Blam!
Which I feel like if you're listening to this show or watching it, that's what you're going to do the next time you sit down and have to do your business.
Dylan, since you're in the room now, and you missed the first one, as short as it was.
Yeah, go back and fucking watch it, bitch.
That was Bob, not me.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us about your poops, buddy. We want to hear about it.
Yeah, when you do it, do you elicit an audible Ka-Blam? From the bathroom?
Do you always untuck your balls when you take a shit, or do you leave them back there sometimes? I just want to know.
What do you mean back there?
No, I'm talking to Dylan.
Where are his balls? When you say back there,
like he tucks them all the time. It's weird. Callie told me
back
about
by
it.
the asshole.
Yeah.
Is there like a truss or some sort of special bandage or something? How are you tucking?
She says that sometimes he duct tapes them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine the pain of unduct taping around that area.
Unduct taping your balls?
Dude.
I got some duct tape in the car.
Oh, my God.
You want to try?
No. I want to do a shot.
All right.
We got a shot.
Let's do a shot. And then guess what? This shot, we might have to break out the duct tape after the shot.
You know what? If you leave to go to your car, this podcast is ending. I'm going to reach over and I'm going to start playing the outro music. That's it.
Come back in with a duct tape. Where'd Bob go?
Oh, no. I'm hiding from Cory now. All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Woo. Yeah. So it was a fun story to recant, and I think I'm proud of not being afraid to talk about it, not being afraid to fuck it. This is where else can we be this frank, this honest?
Yeah, and embrace your age, man. That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
And your
Oh
weaknesses.
Waiting
for years to to do the Cologuard test,
to have that hot piece of shit sent to a lab.
And I must say, and I can make this the last thing we talk about.
Go ahead.
I must say, when I was all done and I took the lid and I fucking screwed it onto the canister and pulled the canister out of the hole, sitting on the, what do you call it? The fucking...
We'll call it a platform.
The platform that goes in your toilet. And I had to put it into the box. And I was packaging it up. And by the way, I didn't even mention this part. I don't know if it matters. But apart from just shitting in this canister, the extra step you have to go is they send you like a little tube. And you kind of unscrew the top of the tube and you pull it out. And there's a little wand on the end of it. And you have to take the wand.
Rub it on the shit. In
the canister and fucking make sure that's like well coated. And then you put it back in the tube, screw it shut, and you put it into the box along with the canister. And then it's all contained in like a heavy duty plastic thing with like a Ziploc, kind of like a slide that closes it up. And then you close the box, peel off the label. It's all ready for UPS and you put it on the porch. I will tell you that when I put mine on the porch, it was a hot day.
Oh, man.
The sun was not directly shining on my front porch because I have like a little overhang, but it was hot enough. And the fact I had already been going out all day to smoke on my front porch because it was shaded and it was hot enough out there. I'm like, I don't need to go sit in the backyard where I don't have shade. So I'm standing there with a cigarette next to the box with a canister of my shit in it, and wondering when they're going to pick this shit up, and realizing that it was going to be any time between then and 8 p.m. the next day.
Yeah, like I said on the original episode, that has to cause some sort of false negative or false positive result because.
But that's not my fault. I tried to schedule a visit.
Dude, of course that's not your fault. I'm just saying as far as, how the results go, like something cooking out in the sun like that.
I totally agree.
Got to kill chemicals, and even though it's in a box and all that, like.
But remember, there was that solution that they wanted me to pour over it before
that
I
also,
seal it.
yeah, that also shouldn't. Can't help anything either. Like
I don't know what it was. I should have probably what was that?
That was my shit.
I'm totally. The
the solution.
The solution.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I don't know what it was. All I know is for sure that it did not cover
the entire thing.
No. There was so much.
Dude,
there's so much shit in that canister.
So like we both have dogs.
We do.
And like you can go outside and know when your dog took a fresh shit. And then you can also find out when a shit has been sitting out in the sun baking for 2 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, yes, I get it was in a box and it was sealed, but that's just like an oven. Being outside in that sort of heat, like that heat's still going to get through that box and that bag.
Yeah,
no questions asked. So that's got to like that to me that would potentially kill off the chemicals that they're trying to test for.
The fact that I could not schedule and therefore plan my shit to be like shit. Package it up, put it on the porch, and pick up within like a few hours is a huge business failure on Cologuard's behalf. I just have to say. And by the way, we're not sponsored by Cologuard on the show.
You know what? We should, because guess what? Guess what Cologuard needs to do?
Get their shit together.
Well.
You see what I did there?
No pun intended again.
Yeah.
They need to have their like own pickup truck, like pickup delivery people.
Oh, and not farm out to UPS?
Yeah, not go to UPS, not go to, through a third-party mailing system.
Yeah.
Have a Cologuard van.
A shit truck.
Yeah.
Up and down the block.
With a big old poop on top of it.
Rotating.
Yeah.
Slowly in the sun.
Dude, we need to look into
Are they playing a tune like the ice cream truck plays?
I was literally thinking that in my head, but I'm like, maybe I won't say that.
What tune are they playing? Email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com with your suggestions. We don't have to come up with a show. We're going to leave that to the audience to do. Yeah, they have to do some work.
But yeah, I do. Yeah, that to me, that's an insane process.
It's a big swing and a miss from Cologuard for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure your results are going to come back awesome now because your poop was baking out in heat for 2 days.
Oh, we've determined that you have sunstroke.
Sir, you have a bad case of sun rash.
All right, moving on. We got to move on.
Right.
We're going to start the show any minute now. And I'm going to kickstart it by, I've got a topic I wanted to share with you, something that I saw during the week that made me think and maybe go like, that's a really good fucking point, and I want to know what you think about this. I wish I could remember the name of the dude I'm following on Instagram who posted this reel that I watched so I can give him some credit, but I honestly don't. If I can think about it, I'll put it in the description for the episode when we post it. But he posted a reel, and it was one of those talking head kind of reels where you could see him in front, but behind him is just the moving video. So he kind of superimposed it, and it was a picture of the Joker, and his point in the video was, "Hey, I like the Joker." Right, from DC Comics and the Batman movies. I like the concept of the Joker, and when it comes to Christian Bale's Batman and Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, like those are great performances. Those are great villains. Where this guy had a problem was the nature of the Joker is. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I think I
Oh, you might have seen this?
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't see it, but I think I'm hoping I know where you're going with it. Okay. But go, continue.
The nature of the Joker is that he, especially Heath Ledger's Joker, who was I would consider, and many people would, to be the quintessential like best performance of the
definitely,
Joker. His whole character is an agent of chaos, a self-proclaimed agent of chaos. He abhors the rule of law. He abhors morality and order. He wants to burn it all down. That's kind of his MO from minute one of the movie when he's introduced. And everybody regards him as being, quote unquote, insane. You know, just an unhinged supervillain. You don't know what this guy's going to do. He's just out of his mind. He's not right. Which is great and holds up well, but the problem this guy had was that in order for the Joker to disrupt order and morality and the rules and unleash chaos, he has to have an organization. And he's put this organization together, which is a large organization with many different moving parts. And he's got a team of people that are working for him who all dress the same. So they have a dress code. They have rules that they have to follow, like for their villainous activities require them to be, it's like a split-second timing, like highly organized. If one of his guys was late for work that day, the whole fucking thing is kaput. So and nothing happens.
Basically taking away that element of chaos.
The very thing that he abhors, that is essential to the essence of his character,
is not how he runs his team.
He has to have all of that in order to make any of it work. And, you know, if Batman stands for the rule of law and Batman stands for justice, justice comes with, you know, the trappings of administration, the trappings of political justice, a system that administers that justice. He abhors it. He wants to tear it all down, but he needs it and absolutely has to employ it in order to be the Joker. Like, what happens if I think one of the examples was, like, what happens if one of the companies that his henchmen reach out to for the explosives that he uses gives him something that isn't explosives? Like, what do you do then? Because that guy's up for chaos, but he needs all of his suppliers for the explosives, for the triggers, for everything that he uses in all of his situations to be what he ordered, when he ordered it, on time. Like, all of the things that he abhors, he have to be in place in order for him to execute his plan as the Joker.
Right. So basically, so he wants to be a very organized person.
I'm that's a really good point that I had never thought of.
It's don't get me wrong, it is. But we also realize this is a movie, and that's
totally a movie. But a movie has to be, unless it's a purely science fiction movie, which I know that you hate. This is a movie grounded in reality. Gotham is based on Chicago, at least in the Christopher Nolan, Heath Ledger as Joker Batman movies. It's grounded in reality. This is something that could happen completely to us today. And I thought it was really, really interesting.
No, it is. But
I never considered that. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. And my first thought about it was, I don't know that this guy who posted this reel, that I'm recanting his theory, I don't know if he took into account the fact that it's kind of like a cult. Like, if the guy's insane, then the people that are working for him in this massive villainous organization that he's running to do all of this Joker shit would believe that he's insane, and that's the kind of thing that they value. They're like, I think chaos is the way to go. I want to upend the order, and therefore I will manifest order in order for him to implement chaos.
Hold on. Are you telling me that David Koresh and Jim Jones were insane?
No.
I was going to say, because guess what? I'm all for... No, I'm kidding. I'm not all for them. They were insane. They were definitely insane. But okay, so to take that even further... Sure. Again, referencing Jim Jones in Jonestown and David Koresh in Waco, that was real life.
Yeah, 100%.
Those things actually happened.
Yep.
or even like Ruby Ridge, which wasn't that was it was just his family. It wasn't so much of a cult. But,
Folks, pull up Wikipedia and start frantically typing so that you understand what we're talking about here.
oh, dude, yeah.
In case you're not familiar,
yeah, if you're not familiar with David Koresh or Jim Jones or Ruby Ridge, like.
pause us.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the full rundown of it, but pause this real quick. Go look it up. So yeah, these were real life happenings, but in the same circumstance. David Koresh he had an organization. They had rules, and they had a lot of things they had to follow. More than more than we actually have. As individuals, as human beings in our own lives, right. being part of his cult had more rules to it than just being a free person.
Right.
But yet he was, just like the Joker, against the organization, against the government, against, the people that run, the
rule of law.
The rule of law, yeah. But yeah, he had insane organization to his compound in Waco.
Yeah. Which makes me wonder, so was there anyone in Waco who was a follower that at one point may have said, like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we're doing all of the things that we revile.
Guess what? There were. And guess what? They were the survivors of Waco.
Oh, they left because they're like, this is bullshit.
Once every bullets started flying and they were
well, that's a little too late when bullets start flying. They should have left. Well, before then,
there were some that did, but there were also others that, once the ATF and FBI showed up, they're like, "Fuck this, I'm out." And they
that's
went
not
and
wanting to die or to spend your life in prison, I think.
But again, though, that's still the same idea of going against the person that you were originally following,
right?
And breaking away from that, and you have that moment of like, even if it is, I don't want to go to jail or I don't want to die. You're breaking away from that belief of, because especially David Koresh, his belief was like, we're all going down no matter what. As long as we're a tight knit group and you follow me,
it's all for one for all.
We're going to get out of this one way or another, and you can believe me and trust me in that. And there were plenty of people that at a certain point were like, I don't trust that or believe that anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm the fuck out of here. So It does. There's a lot of real life relevance to the movie, but again, like I said, it is just a movie, and it's written for a certain storyline or a certain plot premise. But yeah, it does correlate to some things that have happened in the past. So all right, I'll give you that. It's an interesting point.
I thought, look, if you're going to construct. If you're going to employ a villain as iconic as the Joker, even going back to Jack Nicholson in Tim Burton's Batman with Michael Keaton, he still had a small, but he had an organization. He had some henchmen that followed him around, some henchmen that
they had really cool coats too. I remember the purple and the black
dress code, which is order.
And the berets.
Right.
I think they all had black.
Like, we're all going to dress alike. And you're like, okay, cops dress alike. This is not new. This is what you're following is how you get things done. And I think that was the point of this guy's video was in order to enact change, in order to take down the establishment, you have to become the establishment.
You just have different views and outlooks on things.
Different end game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much the organization itself, because again, that clearly has to be the same.
Yeah.
If you're going to want to rule that organization and get people to follow you and do what you want them to do.
Right.
So that's very interesting. I've never really thought about that.
Yeah. So schnozzheads,
boogers, as Todd would call them.
Let us know at Schnozzcast@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram and let us know what you think.
So Lori did say, I think she was suggesting episode titles here.
Yeah.
But number 1 was Waddle. Number 2 was Shit Cakes.
Shit Cakes? Did we say Shit Cakes?
I don't know. Maybe they're not episode titles. Maybe she's referring to something we were talking about.
Maybe she's just making general exclamations.
Because number 3 was Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. And the sun in my disgrace
we asked for the
boiling
soundtrack for the shit truck, like an ice cream van roaming through the neighborhood.
Oh, yes.
That's
okay.
what we did. So Black Hole Sun, well played. Yep. Shit cakes, I'm not sure what that means.
And I didn't know there was a song called Waddle.
No, she's going back to the turkey neck.
Is that okay?
Because you said you looked it up and said
Yeah.
that's what
All right.
that's what the turkey neck is called.
Sorry, Lori, I beat you to it.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm like, she knows this. I know she does.
Yeah.
And whether she Googled it or not, she definitely came up with the answer.
Didn't Google it as fast as me.
All right, sir. Why don't we jump into a little existential question to give a proper, that got a little, the Joker conversation got a little serious.
It did, which is fine.
A little existential in and of itself, but also that might be the closest to politics that we've come in a while on the show.
Yeah, but I don't think we crossed any lines or anything like that. So,
but maybe that's how we address politics. Maybe we just found our way in. We just cloak it in Batman and
refer to Batman and the Joker.
That's it. All right, here we go.
Existential question.
This the first? This might be the first public appearance of Todd's new existential.
It is. It should have been last week, but
It should.
we all know what happened there.
It's like we're down in the belly of a ship, and there's dolphins and beluga whales.
I feel like I'm in my shower crying right now, masturbating.
Why
What?
were you masturbating? How did masturbating come into this?
Bob, I can tell you what.
Yeah.
I don't know why masturbating or crying came into this.
Yeah,
That's just
but
what
they
happened.
did.
That's a very abrupt ending.
I don't know how long we were talking, so I did tell him 30. Can you keep it to 30 seconds?
Oh, okay.
I
Well, then yeah.
honestly did not check to see whether he did. I just assumed it was another 5-minute opus like he usually does.
I think he kept it 30 seconds.
Hats off to you, Todd Dillon.
Well done, sir. Well done.
All right. I have such a question for this week. Let's start with this one, Corey. What was your biggest ever waste of money? Now,
Oh man.
this is obviously it depends on your status, your station in life, right? Are you a young person who's just started their first full-time job, but you're still living at home? You got a little bread. You're like, I'm rich, bitch. I'm making $23,500 a year, living at home with no expenses, and parents are covering everything. Or are you married with kids? Or are you single, first apartment? What station in life are you?
All right.
But I think it's fair to say that everyone has had something that they regard as being their biggest ever waste of money in hindsight.
Okay. So, do you have something?
I have something that comes to mind. Yeah, let me try this, and if I'm totally off track and your answer completely shits all over mine, then I may come up with another one. But
No. Because I also have to take a quick break here, so I'm gonna put you up on screen.
yeah, put me up on screen. Here we go.
And go ahead.
All right. The existential question is, what was your biggest ever waste of money? I would say that, and I'm really basing this on money lost by me in this transaction. Biggest ever waste of money for me was my first car that I to be fair, my first car was given to me by my dad. It was a Pontiac. It was a gold-colored Pontiac Sunbird. Real piece of shit. But I was happy. I'm like, holy shit! There's something I can drive that I don't need to give back to someone else when I'm done with it. Like, this is amazing. So always be grateful to him for that. But the first car that I ever got after I got my first job, I'm like, holy shit! And by the way, that story that I told just a second ago was me. $23,500 a year, first job. After I graduated college, I thought I was fucking filthy rich. I'm like, I need to immediately buy a car. I need to start making plans to move out, get an apartment. This is great. But it was a Mitsubishi Galant was my first car. And before you say anything, Corey, I know you can hear me, but you're not by the mic. Yes, I do live in Michigan. Yes, I do live in Metro Detroit, which some regard as the automobile capital of the world. And yes, the town that I live in is populated by and built on the backs of auto workers. I did not buy any of those cars. What I did was to lease a Japanese automobile for my first car, which made my dad drop the bon mot, what in the actual fuck did you do? And I couldn't really answer that because I was stupid and I was young and I didn't know any better. What I really wanted to do is I wanted to do it by myself without his help, which I did, and then ultimately regretted because having had his help, I probably would have gotten a better deal, and he would have convinced me that leasing a car is the biggest waste of money you could possibly do. Buy the car, get something out of it. It's just like renting a house or paying for an apartment. At the end of it, when it's done, you have nothing. And that's exactly what I had at the end of leasing this Mitsubishi Galant. Biggest waste of money. My dad laughed in my face, to my face, so hard when he heard what I did that and then when he was done chuckling loudly to himself, he's like, some people have to learn the hard way. And that's exactly what I did. I learned the hard way.
So two things that because I obviously could hear you.
But I couldn't hear you chuckling to yourself
So
out of the room. So I'm just going to assume you did. I answer the spirit of the question?
Yeah,
Okay.
that applies.
Okay.
So first and foremost, you mentioned the color of the Firebird that you're
Sunbird.
Sunbird.
Sunbird,
Sorry.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Firebird would have been a badass car.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ.
But dude, that metallic gold for some reason in the '80s.
Yeah.
That was a huge color.
Sure. That's why they make.
You never see those cars.
No.
There's
a reason why.
I can drive for days on end.
Yeah, across this great nation
and never see a gold car. But back in the '80s and early '90s,
yeah,
you saw them. My parents had a Mercury Tracer.
Did they?
Hatchback that was gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was apparently just back then. It was a very.
Listen, that car. I did not buy that car or lease that car. It was my dad let me drive it. I'm sure because he got it super fucking cheap.
Oh, but it just
and he knew that I was the oldest kid, and when I came of age and was able to drive, that my middle sister was just was super close as well, and he probably figured like better to just invest in this cheap old car. I'm going to assume it wasn't new, but I really don't. I really don't know if I could have told the difference. And then after he's done with that, I'll give it to his sister,
right.
And yeah, that's probably the plan.
Yeah. So the gold color was the first and foremost.
Yeah.
Secondly, some people might refer to Detroit, Michigan, as the auto capital of the world. Some people.
I'm really hoping that we have international fans who don't know anything about America or where cars came from.
I think Detroit's definitely known to
you think that
everyone as
people in the Philippines and in Ghana or Namibia who
regard Detroit as the automotive capital of the world?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think so?
Guarantee it.
All right. Well,
so that was
stand corrected.
Those are my 2 points on that.
All right. So stop at that second point. We're going to do a shot. It's been sitting here. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Woo. So, further thoughts?
I mean, I do agree with you as well. That the fact, I leased several cars.
Waste of money.
I leased several cars. My first 3 cars I had were leases.
Yeah. Oh, when I got married, like the first 4 or 5 cars we had were leases. And there's wisdom to a lease if you understand what you're doing, which is you don't want to have to deal with repairs. You aren't great on having to come up with like $2,000 to fix a fucking transmission out of the blue. Like with a lease car, you're never going to have to do that. You just want to have a car payment that is the exact same for the rest of time.
Right. There's that. But as far as mileage, there's not a single dealership on the face of this earth that's ever going to give you the appropriate mileage that
you drive.
People that commute regularly or anything like that. Like, yeah, if you work from home, perfect. Then a lease might be very well for you.
Yeah, think about how we're not the same age, clearly, but I'm sure we both have many friends or family members that we know have at one point bitched about, I got to figure out how to conserve my mileage before I turn in this lease car.
Oh, dude, it
was a common thing when we were growing up.
Yeah, I was there plenty myself with those 3 leases. Like,
how the fuck am I going to get to work for the next 6 months when I'm already over my miles?
Yeah, and when it's 25 cents a mile.
Yeah, like a really insane expensive amount.
That adds up
when you're a young person.
That adds up quick.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with you. Yeah, leases again, unless it's it can be for some people. But what I've learned is now having a car that I own and don't have a car payment on.
Yeah.
1,000 times better
than not have to worry about it.
Then yeah. And again, like you said, there are certain things that pop up here and there that you got to get fixed.
Sure.
But again, without having to spend, and going back a little bit too, when I was leasing vehicles, to buy a vehicle, it was I was looking at like $400 and some odd plus a month.
Yeah, for sure.
To buy it, to lease it, I was looking at like $230 to $250.
Right, but at the end of it, you got nothing to show for.
I got nothing out of it.
Nothing.
So again, too, it was cheaper at the time, but now things are kind of going back the other direction.
They're flipping back the other way.
When you lease a vehicle, you're looking at $430 a month. As to where if I have to spend $400 a month to buy it, well, it's $30 cheaper, and I'm going to have that vehicle once those payments are done.
Right.
So I know the market goes up and down and things fluctuate. So yeah, that's also another huge portion of it. But I believe back in your day,
I really don't like the way you said back in your day.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. But yeah, I feel like buying probably would have been a better option than leasing back then.
Yeah.
But hey, you live and you learn, and now you have your car that's paid off, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm driving an old fucking car. It's a 17-year-old car that I only had to pay for, the car payment for the first 5 years, and so I've had a good 12 years of no car payment, just repairs for it, and it's huge. I mean, there's never been a single year that I've had to pay, knock on wood, that I've had to pay more for repairs than I ever would have when I was paying the car payment for it when I bought it.
Oh, okay, that too, yeah.
So, all right. So what's your biggest ever waste of money? You've had some time to think.
So going back to it, it's kind of a collective waste of money, but it was all the same item.
Okay.
Back when I started working at Fairlane, I was 18 years old.
Okay.
And I was getting paid ridiculous amounts of money to work security there.
Yeah.
For an 18-year-old. And this was 2005. So I would get paid, and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, and again, I was living at home with mom and dad. They took care of all the other expenses. Like I literally had nothing I had to pay for, Bob.
Yeah.
So every week, every time a new phone came out, I would walk right into Verizon.
Every week?
Let's say once a month.
But pretty fucking often is what you're saying.
Oh, very often.
Okay.
I'd walk into Verizon, find the newest release phone.
Yeah.
Like, I want that.
Now, were you always an Apple guy?
No. I actually started out with like Motorola Razors.
BlackBerry?
I did have BlackBerry. I had every BlackBerry that was ever made. Whether I kept them or not, I still had every one. Dude, I went through the gamut of phones. To be honest with you, I wish I still do have several of them that I kept over the years.
You could have built a museum of phones, probably, from the sound of it.
I honestly had between 18 and 23.
Old phones.
No. The ages that I was between 18 and 23.
Oh, okay.
I probably owned at least 150 different phones.
Wait a minute. That's 5 years. 150 different phones?
Yeah.
So you're literally talking about going in every week.
It might have been every week.
But how are you? Okay. Did they just fucking start drooling when you walked in?
Oh no!
To that phone store?
I knew a girl that worked there.
Yeah.
She was the only one I went to, and she knew every time I walked in the store. Which I don't know if they got commission or not, but if she did,
I
then
feel like
she
back
made,
in the day they probably did.
she made a shit ton of money off me.
Yeah, she did.
And that's there's a side story to that as well that we can talk about off the show.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
But yeah, it was a lot of phones, man. And I straight cash. Just here you go. And mind you, phones did not cost back then what they do today.
Yeah.
You know, this was definitely before. This was even before iPhones. There wasn't even an Apple iPhone out yet.
No.
But you know, Blackberries were the first thing that kind of came on the scene. But like from Motorola Razr, then they would upgrade it to this other one that was a little bit better, and so I'd go in and buy that.
But you get super excited when you hear there's a new model coming out.
Dude, I went, like I said, I was working security at Fairlane. I'd literally get on shift,
Yeah.
walk right to Verizon. And, you know, we're talking, depending on what the phone was, you know, we're talking between $500-$600.
You have a bit of a wistful quality in your voice when you're telling the story, and yet the question is, what was your biggest ever waste of money?
It was a huge, oh, dude, you know the amount of money I could have saved all those years from not buying?
Ballpark it.
At least between $7,000 and $8,000.
Okay. That's your biggest. That's your biggest ever waste of money, or is it the one that you are most nostalgic about?
No, that was definitely my biggest waste because I didn't need to do that. There was no reason for me to do that.
Yeah.
And again, I was 18, living at home, no expenses.
Yeah, but you're in your mid-30s now.
I was making
and
great
I know
money.
you well enough to know like that wasn't the end of the expenses that didn't need to be made. Like we're still doing that. I mean, we're guys.
No, we are.
That's how we roll. We buy useless shit because it interests us, and that's our vice.
No, but in all honesty, I did learn something from that after a while because it obviously went on for years. But now, like, yeah, I'll buy something that I don't necessarily need. You know, $40, $50, like that's, you know, top end.
Yeah.
So I have learned a lot over the years that I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't going somewhere and dropping $600 on something every week or every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like that.
You got to get the wife's okay for that.
Oh, well, shit. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if
Right.
I was going somewhere and being like, not even just like every week I was like, oh, I need a new phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be done. Danielle would be like, oh, okay.
Right.
Well, clearly you can't get this together, so see ya. So yeah, no, I wasted a huge amount of money. And again, $7,000 to $8,000, like that's probably on the low end. Because
Okay.
again, if we're looking at $600 every time I bought a phone,
Fuck.
over 5 years, I mean,
it's probably more than what you're quoting.
I could probably be
especially
closer
if the number is 150 phones.
I could probably be closer to like $20,000.
Jesus.
But yeah, dude, I had to have the newest phone that came out, and
This is white people problems, folks.
this is first world problems. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. But I would just go in there and no problem, just like, yep, give me the newest one,
Right.
straight cash for it, and take the other one and basically throw it in the garbage and
Throw it in the garbage. All right, we're gonna end the show with one more quick question that I don't think we're gonna spend a ton of time on, but this is good. We're gonna take. We started this out by recapping my Cologuard story.
yes,
And we're gonna end it with a
more Cologuard.
A serious, emotional ending.
Oh come on, really?
Yeah. Yes. And I've got an end goal in mind here. Because sometimes you got to bring it back down a little bit, Cory. Right?
Oh, hey, hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got some
Got some
comments
questions
from Lori
in the
here.
chat. Okay.
Lori says, biggest waste of money, $4K on my first classroom.
Oh, to decorate?
Followed by years of $2K per.
It's look, it's a thing that I did not know that.
All right, teachers have to furnish their own classroom.
Good teachers have a need to furnish the classroom in order to create the proper environment for their kids to learn, in order to get their point across in a way that will make it more powerful and more impactful than just their voice and their, demonstrations in front of the room. And I did not know that your school district, their managers, their bosses, don't pay for shit. And every teacher's got a direct. So if you're ever looking at a room that is sparsely furnished and where dude's got nothing in there but a fucking nameplate on the desk and one plant, that's a dude who's like, I don't have any of my money to spend, nor do I want to spend it. But the good teachers who really want to make an impact will spend, apparently, thousands of dollars.
Well, she said these were just teaching supplies. That it wasn't even anything.
Yeah,
for the classroom
they don't
family.
buy. Yeah, they don't buy. Yeah.
So to counter that point a little bit, which
Counter Lori's point?
Yeah, I not necessarily counter, because again, I did have teachers that obviously did the same thing, and
Yeah.
they were awesome. They were the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
They were impactful in life, and there's several of them that I will never ever forget.
Mm-hmm.
I did also have a teacher. I'll name him. I think he has to be dead by now.
Please email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com if you're not dead and you're still alive.
Ron Webb.
And
Webb. If you ever come across,
you taught Cory Selesky in school one day, please let us know that you're alive and kicking out there, and we'd love to have you on the show.
And Ron Webb
Yeah.
was the teacher's name.
Okay.
Come to find out, my first year of high school, I had him as an English teacher. I came home. My parents were asking me about my schedule and how was first time in high school and blah blah blah. I said, everything was great. So there was this one, my English teacher, because my schedule only had the first initial and the last name on it for the teacher.
Right.
And I said, my English teacher, R. Webb. I said, he's kind of something. And my dad said, Ron? I was like,
your dad knew him?
I was like, I don't know. It's R. Webb, yeah.
Oh, you didn't even know. He didn't even tell you his
No,
first
I had no clue until I said the name.
Okay.
And I said, oh, yeah, that sounded like it could be him. And he described him. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's definitely him. That's definitely Ron Webb.
He taught your dad?
He was my dad's football coach.
Oh, no shit.
In Edsel Ford. And
Can we find out if this gentleman's still alive?
I can do some research. I'm sure he's not on Facebook or any social media because he was old as balls when I was in high school. But he coached my dad's football team and was a teacher at Edsel Ford.
Yeah.
Back in the early 70s. Mid 70s. And sure enough, he was then a teacher at Dearborn High.
Right.
And it did hit me because the second my dad had said Ron Webb, and I remember when he was doing roll call or taking attendance, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He goes, Cory, and he goes, Selesky. And I raised my hand, and he just kind of looked at me. I'm like, oh, that was really weird. But then when I got home and found out, he actually remembered my dad.
Well, there's that thing, too, of when you see somebody's kid and you knew their parent, but you haven't seen them for a long time, there's this, you can tell. I mean, you look like a mix between your mom and your dad. Like, you may lean one way or the other. Like, you look 70% more like one parent and 30% like the other. Right. But
no, so he knew the second he said the last name, he knew. Like I said, it clicked in his brain.
Yeah.
But going back to the original point, his classroom, bare bone. There was nothing.
Yeah.
He had this wooden desk that was probably from the 1930s that I'm sure is probably still there because no one can move it. And he lined the desks all around the walls of the room. It wasn't like we were in, sitting
rows. You were in.
We were in a U shape.
Yeah, and that's some teachers prefer that. Yeah.
So because he wanted to be able to see everyone.
He's going to go perform, and he's going to pace up and down and do like a stage play right in the middle? Nope.
He always just sat at his desk.
What?
So he could see all of us.
But he could see you whether you're in rows or all around that doesn't make any sense to me.
I guarantee it was some sort of intimidation tactic to get kids to. Because again, so one of the first days, this was like on the onset of cell phones.
Yeah.
Not everyone had one, and if you did, it was a prepaid. Like you could only do so much on it. But phones were forbidden in school back then. Like
sure.
I mean, as they still should kind of be today.
Yeah, you goddamn dirty kids.
But
put those phones away.
But like this was like if you even were seen with one like in your pocket, they would take it from you and they would take it to the office.
Yeah.
And so the first day that he was doing his introductions and doing all that, he said, if anyone has a cell phone and I ever hear it go off in this classroom, he whipped out a mallet from his desk. Not a rubber mallet, a steel mallet.
You've told me this story before. I didn't know that this was the guy.
Same teacher.
Okay.
And smoked that wooden desk as hard as he could. Desk didn't even move, shake, nothing.
Of course not, yeah. They built it solid back in the 30s.
And he hit that desk.
We're going to fight those fucking Nazis. We need our desks to be unbreakable.
But then again, too, also takes me back like, oh, I get why they would used to teach people to get under a desk during a tornado warning.
Yeah, because
a bomb threat.
Right.
Because the desk would actually save you.
Yeah.
The desk
we had built it to last back then.
The desk we had as students was not going to save anyone.
No.
His desk, we all should have been under.
Right.
Because, yeah, it was a bomb shelter. But, yeah, he smoked that hammer on the desk, and he goes, that's where your cell phone's going to be. And we're all like, oh, okay. Like
whatever, old man.
Yeah, like, oh, we get it. You want to run an old school classroom.
Yeah,
okay, ha,
whatever,
ha, ha.
boomer.
Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
And then one day, Bob, it happened.
To you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Someone's phone started ringing.
It was Zeke Turner.
But the craziest part was...
never forget him.
Of course, no one was like, uh-oh, like, let me try to turn that off. Because then obviously you would have given yourself away that you were the one with the phone.
Oh, so you're just going to sit there
so we all
expressionless, just letting it ring?
We all just kind of sat there.
That seems really stupid.
It was, because guess what? This was the one time Ron actually stood up and was literally walking around the desks.
Yeah.
And he finally sniffed it out like a fucking bloodhound.
Yeah.
He went past and he went right back.
Oh, fucking Johnson.
And he stopped and he looked at this kid. I don't even know the kid. I don't remember his name. He goes, "Give me your phone." The kid's like, "Oh, I don't have a phone."
And you fucking lean forward. You're like, "Oh, we're gonna get a
I'm
show
like,
tonight,
oh,
boys."
this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be. And he's like, "Give me your phone." The kid's like, I don't have a phone." So Ron said, "Okay." Went back, sat down at his desk, called the kid's name. He said, "If you don't have a phone," he said, "come up here. You're going to the principal's office." So the kid stood up, came up to the front of the desk. He's like, I don't. And you could hear it ringing in his pocket.
It was still ringing?
It was still ringing.
Was this person just over and over calling?
I don't know. They were old phones. They were different settings.
But hold on. But again,
it just kept going off.
Back then, phone calls were the same as they are today.
No, I get that.
Like, it's only going to ring for a certain amount of time, then it's going to stop and send you to voicemail or give you a busy signal.
Alerts were not the same. Alerts would keep going off. If you got like a text message, there were phones I had that would actually keep resending the alert until you answered that text message.
Are you serious? Oh, okay.
So it was still going off. And Ron said, "Oh, okay, well, you can go to the principal's office." The kid was like, well, you would see in his mind, he's like, weighing out the situation. He's like, if I go to the principal's office with my phone, then I'm really screwed.
But he could have shut the fucking phone off but on the way.
But again, we were already threatened that it was going to be under that hammer.
Okay.
So this kid decided, you know what? If I go to the principal's office and they clearly know I have a phone, I'm going to be a lot more trouble with the principal than if I were just to give it to Ron.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to smash it. He's going to take it.
Yeah.
And at the end of class, I'll get it back. So the kid says, "You know what, Mr. Webb?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry." Puts it on his desk. Ron took that hammer out and smashed that phone so quick.
Right, the kid was standing right there.
Right there watching it.
Wow.
pieces flew everywhere.
Oh my God. That must have been amazing.
And we were all like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't fucking kidding about what he said. He actually did it. And we're like, oh my God. And immediately you could see like 7 other people be like,
shut my phone off.
I gotta shut this shit off right now. And Ron just took his arm on his desk, wiped everything right onto the floor.
Not in the garbage can, just on the floor?
Some of it went, there was a little, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
But he cleared his desk off.
Yeah.
He goes, go sit back down. The kid was in so much shock, he went and sat back down.
Wow.
At the end of class,
Yeah.
the kid went to go grab all the pieces of his phone and some out of the trash can. Ron took the hammer out again while the kid was bending over next to the desk and smoked the desk again. The kid jumped up. He's like, leave it there.
Wow.
Like, okay. And walked out of the classroom.
Ron Webb, if you're still alive, even if you're not,
I know.
hats off to you, Ron Webb. You're the kind of teacher that we need desperately in the year 2025.
We did find out he got in a lot of trouble for it.
Sure.
But he was not fired. He was still our teacher for the next 3 years.
Disciplined, which means he probably had a week off.
Oh, which he needed desperately after 78 years of teaching.
Right.
But yeah, no, dude, that was one of the craziest moments I've ever seen in a classroom.
Oh my God.
It was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
All right. At the end of that insane story, let's do last shot of the show. And then we're going to do the last question of the show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. And Lori was trying to defend herself there. She said, I've had students
defend herself.
Well, she said, I've had students and their parents. I'm not old.
No, but she's taught for almost 30 years. I mean, that doesn't make you old. It just means that you've been a teacher for a long time.
It makes you seasoned, Lori.
I see what you did there.
Just for clarification, though, Ron Webb was old as shit.
All right, so last question of the show before we end it. And this should be a quick one. What is something that always makes you cry?
Oh, fuck.
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
Because I'll let you think about this for a bit. Question is, what is something that always makes you cry? I'll tell you, the first thing that I thought of was the first movie that I can remember making me cry, which was Scrooge from 1970. There's a movie about Scrooge. It was a Scrooge movie. There have been many Scrooge movies. This is the one with Albert Finney.
Okay, I was saying not the one with Bill Murray.
No.
Okay.
No,
That's
Scrooge.
Scrooged.
I love Scrooge,
Yeah, okay.
but Scrooge never made me cry. But something about Scrooge when I was a kid made me cry because I was a kid and I was seeing Albert Finney being... I didn't know who Albert Finney was. I didn't know anything about acting or any of that kind of shit. But it was I think probably one of the first movies that made me understand the power of movies because it made me cry and I didn't know why.
Like the first time you touched yourself?
No, that was the first time I chuckled in
a movie theater? What? I was trying to put the story together.
in a movie theater.
I could be wrong.
I was trying to make a better joke, but I clearly yours topped mine. So
Okay, sorry, man.
that's okay. I was trying to get through this quick, but not doing that. But the thing that always makes me cry, and I think always is the key word, is there's a movie called Frequency.
Yes, I'm
with
familiar.
Jim Caviezel, who we talked about last episode, in Person of Interest that I assigned to you as a show, and Dennis Quaid. And it's a movie about... I don't know if I have to give away spoilers or not, but basically...
It's from the 70s. I think we're good.
It's not the 70s, dude. It was
60s,
a movie
sorry.
from the 90s.
Oh, 90. We're fine. We're fine.
Frequency. Dennis Quaid plays Jim Caviezel's dad, and there's a bit of kind of tomfuckery going on with
the TV
the
and
Northern Lights and
white noise.
communicating across the gaps of time. And, you know, Dennis Quaid, as being Jim Caviezel's dad, has passed away. But he gets to communicate with him via the Northern Lights. It sounds stupid. It's not smart, but it's not as stupid as I'm making it sound. Jim Caviezel gets to talk to his dad, who is deceased, and the conversation that they have when they realize that they're talking on like a ham radio. It's the same ham radio, the ham radio that his dad, Dennis Quaid, used to use when he was a kid or when he was an adult, and Jim Caviezel was a kid. Now Jim Caviezel is a grown adult. His dad has passed. He's using the same ham radio. He's talking to his dad back when he was literally a kid, and they realize that they're talking over this ham radio to, you know, father to son to father, after all these years. And the father's realizing, like, oh, this is my grown son. And the son's realizing, oh, holy shit, this is my actual dad. It is one of the most heartbreaking things that every time I watch it, I won't watch it unless I'm prepared to fucking shed a couple of tears.
Because I've seen it myself.
Yeah.
And it's been a while. And I'm probably just for that reason, because, yeah, when I first saw it, I'm like, don't get me wrong, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But for the reason of, like, yeah, you watch, and if you've
lost your dad,
you like, yeah, it definitely hits home. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I can't keep it together. And that's the word always in the question. What is something that always makes you cry? It absolutely qualifies, because I could watch that for 25 days in a row, and every time I watch it, I would end up crying.
I'm right there with you on that one.
Yeah. So we're bringing it back to an emotional place. From the original Cologuard story to a really emotional place at the end of the show. To bring in the ladies, in the audience.
The only thing that would be awesome is if
What's that?
His dad was on that radio and he's like, "Oh, I just took a massive shit."
And he's like, "Listen, when you're taking a shit, make sure to eat some corn and Skittles before you start.
Swallow some shrimp hole.
Entertainment for the scientists."
For Billy, who's going to be looking at this piece of poop in his basement.
Hold on. If there's a scientist looking at my shit in a canister whose name is Billy, automatically the results do not qualify.
For Bob,
there's no scientist named Billy.
The results also don't qualify, because the fact is, it was.
I want my scientist to be named Franklin or Josiah, some sort of a biblical name that cannot be shortened to a Billy. That's the only way I'm going to take those results as being serious.
Okay, let's just be honest here. The second that box got picked up by UPS.
Why are you turning my beautiful story about frequency making me cry into a shit story going back to that Cologuard?
Because you brought it up, not me.
Fuck.
So you know where that box is at right now, correct?
I assume it's sitting on a UPS truck somewhere.
No,
it still needs to be unloaded.
It's in a landfill already.
A landfill.
They literally took that box to the landfill and they're like, "Oh, Cologuard box? Yep, that's gone." Yeah. And then in 2 weeks, you're going to get results back. "Oh, everything's clear. Yeah, you're fine."
Do you know that I never received any sort of a copay or any bill whatsoever for each of the
3 boxes?
At minimum 3 different Cologuard kits I got sent. This is not costing me anything.
Yeah, because no one's doing anything with it.
That's fine. If they're not doing anything with it, I'm good, because I didn't have to pay for it.
It's getting thrown out.
I'm going to get the same good feeling from my negative Cologuard test.
Whew. All clear. Thank God.
Dodged a bullet there. Thanks, Cologuard.
Thank God.
All right.
Guess I'll put that off for another 3 years.
Fuck you. Back to the question. What always makes you cry? What's something that always makes you cry?
All right. I'm clearly dad stuff, but you already touched on that.
But you can.
No.
It's not territory exclusive to me.
Oh, I get it. But
okay.
Dude, anytime I'm on TikTok or YouTube and they do the coming home of a soldier.
Oh, fuck.
To a dog, to a family member.
To
anyone.
Great point. Great point.
I can never keep it together. It's there's just absolutely no way.
Yeah.
As a
I'm
matter of
glad
fact,
I gave you the time to think about this, because you clearly gave it some thought, and I hadn't thought about that, but you are 100% right.
The more I talk about it, the more I'm going to start wanting to cry.
I have selfishly gone on down in a rabbit hole watching them over and over again, different posts from different videos from different people coming home, and yeah, you're 100% right. I'm like, fuck, this is just.
And because you know what I think about, which it wasn't available back then, obviously. Like we have cell phones, and people can record these videos at will, and make something out of it,
right.
Which is awesome. I trust me, I'm as saddening as it is, and it makes me cry.
Yeah,
I still love seeing it.
It's not like you're torturing yourself.
No.
You're just it's giving you some sort of catharsis where you're like, I know this is going to break me up, but it's something it's a sad feeling, but it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Because you have faith in mankind.
Exactly. Things aren't always
as bad
always terrible out there.
Yeah.
But what I always think about when I see those is, God damn it, I would have loved to have a video when Uncle Don came home from Vietnam.
Oh my God, yeah.
To see someone that I can relate to, that I know that I grew up with.
Yeah.
That went and served in a terrible situation.
Yeah.
Just to see what it would have been like when he came home. I think that I said I'm gonna start crying just talking about it. But
that's why.
But I think that would have been so awesome to see.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, just back then, his they didn't grow up in a great family, and they didn't have money, so like that just wasn't a video camera was not a thing.
No
they
one
had.
documented, right?
Yeah.
But we have, we have their living relatives,
right?
To give us an account of what they remember from the first time that they talked about the war with their dad, the first time that they, we can go to Nancy and talk about. She would absolutely remember.
They weren't together when he got back from Nam.
They weren't physically together, but they were together.
No.
Yeah, because
no, they weren't.
Yeah, because Chris was born in May '69.
From what I've heard, they okay. I don't want to air too much.
Yeah. That's sorry. It's probably too much personal information.
But as far as I knew, like I said, we can double check that. But
yeah.
But again, I just to have actual video of it would have been something.
Yeah, those videos that you're talking about, for those videos to be of someone that I couldn't even imagine holding it together.
All the ones that I see are perfect strangers to me. Like I don't know any of them,
but they make you cry every fucking time.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
If it would, God damn, if it were to be a family member, my Uncle Don that I knew and grew up with.
Yeah.
And I were to see that video, I don't know what would happen.
Niagara Falls, bitch.
Oh, like I said, I already started tearing up talking about it, but those always make me cry. But again, I wish, as hard as I would cry, it would have been awesome to see Uncle Don coming home from Vietnam.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my answer for you, buddy.
Well, listen, we're staring at each other across the table here, but we're also looking at you, and if this is the most honest we could be, hopefully you got something out of it, and we'll come back and listen to us and watch us again. So that's a podcast for the week. We love you. Ooh,
see ya.
Just lost my audio for a second. Let me try that again. We love you. We'll see you next week. Please join us again. On behalf of Cory and Todd, this is Bob Hill. Peace out.
Good night.